That's one thing that should never have been torn down. That lighthouse was taken down about 1925. In fact, most people say Poe's story of the lighthouse came from that Lazaretto Light.
It's July 2021, and I'm standing at Lazaretto Point looking back at our lighthouse, which is a replica of the one that was torn down in 1926. My dad wrote 5 local history books, and the last project that he was interested in was building a replica of the original lighthouse. It was built in 1831. The original lighthouse was built for $2,100. It's quite a bargain. It was the last project that we tried to interest my dad in. He was dying of stomach cancer, and my cousin Bud Nixon and I tried to get him passionate about something that was really hard to do because he was suffering. But anyhow, we contracted McLean Contracting Company, who's the company that builds our piers, and somebody went to the National Archives and got the original drawings, and so we proceeded to have McLean build this. The interesting part is that when the lighthouse was almost finished, they came to us and said, "Whoops, we have a problem." And I said, "Well, what's the problem?" It says, "Well, the top won't fit on." And that's, "Why not?" "Well, we built it wrong." So they had to extend it up another 10 feet to make the top fit on. It actually turned out pretty well, and so my dad passed away in June of '84, and in the fall of 1985 we had a big party here to open up the lighthouse and dedicate it to my dad. There's actually a plaque on the door. We had hundreds of people out here in front of us, and we had tents, and it was a beautiful fall night, and Helen Delish was here, and Barbara Mikulski was here, and they were making speeches, and everything just worked out beautifully. And my Aunt Dorothy actually broke a bottle of champagne on the lighthouse. I think it took her a couple whacks to get it. It was getting dark, and the speech just finished up, and suddenly all these explosions started happening, and everybody thought we had fireworks. Well, we turned around, and there was a huge cruiser here, and it opened up its guns on Fort McHenry, and Fort McHenry started firing its guns back, and it was this unbelievable thing that happened, and we had nothing to do with it. And everybody thought that we brought, a cruiser in and fireworks at the fort, and it was a fantastic night.
National Lighthouse Day is celebrated on August 7th every year because it's the anniversary of the signing of the Lighthouse Act of 1789 by our new country's first session of Congress. There were 12 existing lighthouses on the East Coast, and the responsibility for them was granted to the U.S. Department of the Treasury by Congress, which put Alexander Hamilton in charge of the lighthouses as our first Secretary of the Treasury. The main reasons for the central government to take over the existing lighthouses were safety and economic development. This was so important that it was the 9th act taken by the new Congress. Section 2 of the Lighthouse Act also stipulated that a lighthouse shall be erected near the entrance of the Chesapeake Bay. Baltimore has 3 historic examples: our replica at Lazaretto, the 7-foot Knoll Lighthouse, and the lightship Chesapeake in the Inner Harbor, which are open to the public. A sister lighthouse that you can visit that has been preserved is at Piney Point.